everyone. Once again, welcome back to the DSA with Dux series. Myself, Dux Patel, and this is our DSA series day 37. Okay, and in this series, we will started from the absolute beginner of DSA, where we'll just learn about arrays and basic iteration and like that. Okay, so we completed our 37 as far as this. Okay, yesterday we see a question number 167. Basically, it's a two sum double I question. Is the array sorted or not? Okay, so if I hope you watched yesterday's video. If not, you can check out link in I button. Yesterday question we have to just check that the given sum of that two indexes are equal to target and return that two indexes. Okay, and there is only one solution possible for each and every test cases. Okay, the yesterday question is might be good if you are focused. Okay, so same as this is the today's question 1662. It is check if two string arrays are equivalent. Okay, you have given a strings array. Okay, the array contains strings and you have to check that this is equivalent or not. Not like that by indexes, you have to check by strings. If the whole array is converted to string, it's equal to like coming of uh, DAX. Okay, so after that another to string you also have to convert to another array string you have to convert to string, and if it's equal to DAX you can write true. If not, you can write false. Okay, let me explain question clearly line by line so you can understand better. So the given two string, you have to given two strings array, word1 and word2 is an array of strings. Return true if two arrays represent the same string and fails otherwise. The word1 and the word2 array contains strings, and if it's converted to string and it's both equal to same, like it will represent same string, you can write true. Otherwise, we have to write false. Okay, a string is represented by an array if the array element considered in order forms the string. Okay, you have to consider each and every element in a same order to create a string. Okay, we'll see example one so you get better clear about the question. So word one is A, B, and C. Okay, so if it you can convert it to string, it will become A, B, C, and word to it A and B, C. Again, if you convert these two, it will becomes both string is A, B, C, A, B, C. So you have to return true. The strings has to it does not have to matter like that. Here there is two. Here is only one A. Okay, you does not have to check that. You have to convert whole array strings into one common string and check the common string. Okay, so I hope you got clear about the questions. Now we about see conditions. The word one dot length is greater than or equal to one, and word two dot length is less than or equal to 10 to the power 3. Okay, word one of I dot length is between. It's basically trying to saying that the index contains. Okay, each and every array's index contain how many longer strings. So it's basically between 1 to 10 to the power 3. Now sum of word I dot length and sum of word 2 I dot, the sum of the whole length of that is also between 1 to 10 to the power 3. Word I and word 2 of I consist of lowercase letters. Okay, this is very important condition for you. It will simple your approach. This is only contains lowercase. Okay, and also it contains only English letters because lowercase letters in English only. So now you are simple. Now we'll move to the approaches part. So as far as this question is simpler, they'll made your question simpler for you. Okay, so now we firstly discuss about the approaches for possible discussion. So first we can first approach we move with the creating the two new strings. Okay, one string is for word one, another string for word two. Okay, after that we create two for loops and pushing each and every string inside of the our word array to the new string and it without the any spaces. So the our both string is contained without spaces or indexes, it will be looks perfect, and later on we can check that part. So this is our first approach. Okay, we move with the two new created string. Okay, and our second approach we move with inbuilt function. First we can use join. We can join whole in like array. Okay, so this is the two approaches currently in my mind. One more approach I am thinking about that, but we'll discuss about it the later on. Okay. Okay, so you can try this approach by in your task. Okay. So start with the first approach. Let string one equal to empty string. Let string two equal to again empty string. Now one for loop for let I equal to 0, I is less than world 1 dot length I plus plus string 1 plus equal to word 1 of I for let I equal to 0, I is less than word 2 dot length I plus plus str2 plus equal to word 2 of I. Okay, now this part is completed. And directly we use return. Inside return we use all conditions. Str1 is equal to str2. If it's true, it will return true. If it's false, it will return false. Okay, so you can check here that firstly we use it to declare these two strings. After that we use one for loop to store each and every array's index to the one new string, and for another for loop for second word. Okay, or second word. So now I'll run this. You can see that this is accepted. Okay, our answer is accepted. All three cases are passed. Okay, so now I'll submit for further lead code test cases. Okay, so you can see that overall 113 test cases are passed. Okay, so this is the basically question which is depend upon the our what we use. Okay, here we use two new strings and compare the string. We does not move with your given array. Okay, so now we'll move to our second approach. Okay, in this approach I'll explain one more time for your clearance. We declare two new strings. Okay, empty strings. After that we use one for loop for iterating the first whole word array, this array to the our first string. Like AB comes, AB stored in the string. Okay, string 1. Then C comes, C stored in the string with the AB, it becomes ABC, no space, no comma, it will only contain one string. Okay, after that string 2 is there. Okay, then word 2 comes. Okay, then A comes, A stored in string 2. Okay, then again BC come here, and BC stored in string 2. Now string 2 is also becomes ABC. Here are one simple return condition which is checking that string 1 and string 2 are equal to or not. Okay, so ABC compiled and it will return true, and we will got our answer. If it's false, it will return directly false, and our like we got that this is not uh, same string. Okay, so this is the approach. Okay, the second approach is our inbuilt functions, where we firstly move with the join input function. We directly return inside the we join it, and then we use comparison. Okay, now we move to the approach 2. Approach 2 is basically simple approach. You're gonna say okay that's simple, so I'll remove this whole thing. So for approach 2 we just not gonna write anything, we directly use return. Okay, inside return word 1 dot join to convert it in a string. Okay, now the word 1 is joined. After that, okay, you have to take comparison. So I'll directly using comparison here. with word to dot join. Okay, first it will join and after that it will do comparison and directly do whatever it has to do. Okay, in single line. Okay, one liner solution for this question. You can see that this is also accepted. Okay, now I'll submitting this for further lead code test cases. Okay, you can see that this is accepted. Our runtime is 0 ms. Okay, all 113 test cases are passed. So this is the simple approach. It's just about how you think. Okay, the one more thing I'll just tell about the time and space complexity for this question. Okay, so the time complexity is remains same for both approaches. The first approach contains time complexity of order of n plus m. Okay, now you're thinking why the time complexity order of n plus m is basically contains only one loop, but the loop is two. Okay, the loop contains different lengths. Okay, first loop moving with the 1 to n length, another loop moving from 1 to m length. Okay, if you have two for loop not nested is 1 to n 1 to n, so we'll use what n plus n it become 2n and we assume that okay, it's n we're moving with only one time in one loop. Okay, but there is two different arrays, you are moving in two different arrays, length of the both arrays are different, so the time complexity should be added. Okay, some, okay, not multiplied, this is not nested, so the time complexity becomes order of n plus m. Okay, like that space complexity is also order of n plus m. We using new string to compare that. Okay, and new string is also same as the our word array. So the time complexity and space complexity is order of n plus m. Okay, and for this approach, okay, the time complexity is also order of n plus m. We using same as that for loop to join that. Okay, and also space complexity is also order of n plus m because the join function creates a new uh, entirely string. Okay, to store your given string. Okay, and it will also use same method to add variable in our string, like as first approach I'll show up you with the how we can add the element to that, like that as same as this join function was. Just one thing change is longer syntax becomes in a one-liner solution. The time and space complexity does not change. Okay, so I want to say that this is the two ways of your thinking. If you go with the raw solution, you go okay, it's fine. Okay, but you have to know that both way is work same. You have to think about that, and as much as different solutions in your mind, it will help you to think about that how you can solve one question. Okay, so this is the two approaches for this question. Okay, there is one more optimized approach. Okay, which I would to tell you. We use multiple like things about left shift, right shift, and again that like okay, we're taking variables. So you have to try this question by taking variable like I1, I2, like J1, J2. Okay, and store the variable value in that. Okay, after that you use take one while loop. Okay, to the uh, up to the number where these numbers are less than our length of the word. Okay, if it's equal to the word of length, break the loop. Okay, and end the code. Okay, for that approach you can use multiple conditions. Check one variable with another. If the whole variable is different, you will return false, that is not possible. And if it's equal to, okay, so you can increase its value and move to the next. At the end you have to do this part. Okay, you can try this approach. Okay, so and for this approach code is also pushed on our GitHub, you can check out the repo. Okay, and if you find any doubts about today's video, you can ask me in comment section. I'll try to resolve your doubts. Okay, so this is the whole today's video. Now we have to move to the tomorrow's question. Okay, so the today's video is basically a simple question. Okay, that's why it's completed simply. Okay, so the tomorrow we're gonna solve question number 21. Okay, it's basically merge the two sorted list. Okay, this question. Okay, so now we move to the list part. Okay, So basically these are like that. I'll explain each and everything about list in tomorrow's video. Okay, what list and how list gonna work. Linked list. Okay, list means linked list. Okay, and another like required things, whatever you have to know about that. Okay, it will take something extra 5 to 10 minutes, but I'll clear each and everything about list. Okay, the list has around four types: linked list, circular, linked list, like that. Okay, so you have to don't worry about that. You just focus on tomorrow's question, today's question. Complete the today's question, third approach. Okay, and try to resolve your doubts about the all previous lectures. And now we'll move to the advanced level list and like that. Okay, so be prepared for that. Okay, this question is simple question. Okay, this is the beginning of the list. Okay, so it does not have like, okay, you can assume that list is a similar to array and string. Okay, so thanks for watching the today's video. Meet on tomorrow's video.